Hey friends, it is 8:20. Let's see. I don't think I talked to you heading into school. I just wanted to get in there. But it was Friday. We ended up with 3 students. We have 4 on Fridays, but again, the same student was out. So she was out the whole week. After such a great day with that one student, it was discouraging to not be able to make that kind of progress when we had other students we had to pay attention to as well. It was a lot harder, but it kind of reinforces everybody's thoughts that this is not the perfect classroom for him. Anyway, it was still a good day. We had our high schooler come, and I think everything was pretty good. And nothing really stood out to me. We had a fire drill towards the end of the day, but we didn't have students, so we went out and supported the other program kids. And after I got some planning stuff done, I jumped in and helped out with the PM class because the teacher is out, so there's a sub. The TA runs it just like what I run mine when my teacher's out. We have amazing subs, but they prefer to jump in and be the TA position regardless of what they're signed up for. It's actually the same pay if you sub TA and teacher and even special education in our district. As much as people think it's the opposite, like you'll get asked, oh, will you sub for me? I'm sorry, I'm only a TA, so it's probably less money. And we're like, nope, we get paid the same. I love subbing TA. But yeah, so we tend to help out more when there's a sub, at least in the PM, because they have a lot of kids. I usually will take over at least helping with dismissal. But then headed home, got myself ready to go to Carline. Did Carline. I was actually just sitting in Carline ordering yarn for that baby blanket that I need to start, and I think it will all be here tomorrow. I had to order from 2 different places, and I'm not sure if it's all that I'll need. I don't know how big I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna do my beloved retro daisy, and I chose some really, what I hope are pretty muted colors. We'll see how it goes. I was going by online pictures, but it's one of my absolute favorite yarns to work with. It's so soft, and it's got kind of marled, heathered look. So I'm really hoping that all the colors look good together. I even did a search on what does blank color look like, because a lot of people's pictures make it look beige, but others make it look pink. And AI was like, a lot of online photos look beige, but it's actually a very pale pink. I'm like, please, because that's going to be the base. Anyway, then I got home, and Danny did not go anywhere tonight. Normally he goes out on Fridays, but every now and then, no. We've got a fun run tomorrow, like turkey trot. I will be running one of the way stations. I don't know if I'm there handing out water or if I'm just motivating. They said to bring a Bluetooth speaker if you have one to play music to motivate. I don't even know what music would I play. I don't really listen to popular music. I'm gonna play 21 Pilots. Danny says he has a speaker, so we'll see. It might rain, so I don't know. I'm just gonna wear a school hoodie and have an umbrella with me. It's in our neighborhood, So I was hoping to be right outside my house, but I was not assigned right outside my house. I don't think anybody was. So because of that, Danny didn't go out, and also he wanted to go buy some gear that he wanted to have for the run, and Sebastian also wanted like warming long sleeve layer. He has the tights, and I also wanted some athletic socks. So we went to the mall, and the socks for the kids were the hardest thing because everybody had size large kid socks, and Sebastian needed like a medium. But we got him eventually. I paid way too much because he had to have like a logo. We're like, what? You need to have like the expensive brand name? He's like, no. So we go into a store. It's like, here's white, or do you want these solid color ones? He's like, no, I want a design on it. I'm like, a design? Like, sometimes they're plain, sometimes they have stripes. What do you mean? He's like this says Nike or Adidas. I'm like, oh, you mean the name brand ones with the logo. So I think he got Nike. Yeah. Good thing we love that kid. But then we just ate at Cafe Sano. I got split pea soup. It's so rare to get it without ham or bacon. It was vegetarian, and I ate the whole bowl, and it was so soothing and nice. It's my favorite soup. So good. And then came home and took a bath. I just heated up some of the food that I had brought home for Jax, and I have the washer going, so everybody's running gear, and my hoodie will be ready. But I want to go to bed early. Sebastian's not happy about that because he wants me to do bedtime. But, I mean, he can sleep in our bed or stay up and do his own bedtime. I want to go to bed. So I'm gonna wait for the washer. I can hear it, which means it's on spin, so hopefully not too much longer. I slept really, really badly last night. Sebastian actually, I was reading. I read for about 20 minutes. I was reading The Wild Robot Escapes, and then I turned to say, oh, I'm gonna stop now, and usually he complains that he doesn't want me to stop. I turned and he had his hands over his face, and I thought he was just really upset that I'm stopping. I'm like, what's going on? But he was crying because he missed Nana. So it was a lot of comforting him and just being there for him. I didn't get out of there till 10:30 because I wanted to make sure he was good and asleep. He didn't fall asleep till after 10. And then I still had to pack 3 lunches and make sure I had everything ready for the next day of school and work. So I got into bed at 11:30-ish. Asleep, I think by midnight, which is pretty good for me to get to sleep in 30 minutes. And then I just woke up nonstop. My brain was like, it's time to wake up. I'm like, no, it's 3. Time to wake up. It's 4:25. No, it's time to wake up. It's 4:37. And then I finally made it to 5. I was like, thank God. That was torture. So I was very tired. Lots of yawning. Oh, there's a food truck at work. I know they've done that in the past, and I don't know how often, but I would see it through the window when I was working in the cafeteria. And when you're a cafeteria monitor, you are not on the all staff email, so you're not invited to that kind of thing. Even though I was an employee of the school, my badge got me into the school. It's just how it was. But now I am. And this was the first one of the year. It was called Cupcake Mafia. And they didn't have a lot of food. They had a few different paninis, I guess, eggs and cheese and stuff like that. I couldn't eat them. They're all cheesy. And then they had cinnamon rolls, which is what I had wanted. And they had cupcakes, obviously, and then some coffees. So after we got our kids out at 11:30, I went out I was thinking I'd get myself a cinnamon roll, get Sebastian a cupcake because we were going to have lunch together, and I'd get an Americano. But there was, I think, 4 or 5 teachers. 3 had already ordered, and 2 were ahead of me, waiting to order. One of the ones that had already ordered had part of her food, but when I gave up after being out there almost 20 minutes, she had been out there for 40 minutes and was still waiting for part of her order. So I was like, I can't. I only had like 12 minutes till I needed to meet Sebastian for lunch. So I told him, and I was like, I'll try again afterwards. Maybe it'll be better. And my teacher actually went by to go order a coffee, and I was like, well, let's see how long it takes you. And it only took her about 10 minutes. So I was like, okay, I'll try again. So after I brought Sebastian back, I did go back out, and there was absolutely nobody there. So I just ordered the Americano. They were sold out of cinnamon rolls at that point. So I got 2 cupcakes and had mine while I was doing my planning stuff and brought Sebastian's home. The Americano was not that hot, and it was really watery. The cupcake was mid, and from what everybody else said, the food in general was mid. And it took up, I mean, teachers, they can only eat while their kids are eating. They've got like 30 minutes, and minus the time it takes to like walk back and forth from the cafeteria. You can't be late. And so that was frustrating. Some of them are trying to do recess, and teachers do stay out at recess, but we can like get coverage a little easier. I don't know. But the planning stuff I was doing is I just got an email saying that my 504 eligibility meeting, the official one where they say, yes, we could do the 504, no, we can't, and here's what we're writing into it. That will be December 16th at 10 a.m., which is a Tuesday, when I have students. So I'm literally just going to go out straight from work to the high school, do the meeting, and come straight back home. No, come straight back to the school, even though my kids will either be about to leave or leaving when I get there. And I put it for 9:45 to 11:30. I'm gonna cut it close, just going straight there. But for coming back, I gave myself a 30-minute buffer in case the meeting starts late or goes long. And I wrote to our dean that I could be back before then. And my teacher and I agree that a site-based sub would be perfect. They've done well with our kids. It's just going to be like music, like cleaning up from playing, doing our little music thing, and then we go straight to lunch, sitting with them with the lunch, and then out to recess. So it's the easy part of the day. Should be good. There's a chance that we'll even have our high schooler there. I need to see if that's an A day or a B day. But yeah, that's what I was working on. You have to do some paperwork when you're putting in for subs. Yeah, I think that's all I got for you. We'll see how tomorrow goes. Oh, when we were at the mall, we were looking for socks in the Macy's outlet. And one of the kiddos I recognized from school, I actually worked with her when I was subbing as a TA. She spotted me. She's like, I know you. And Mom, I know her. She works at blah, blah, blah school. And I'm like, yeah, I do. Like, wait, don't tell me. And I was like, And I said her name, and I got it. I was like, I have so many names in my head. But that was just cute. And then I think her sister was walking. Yeah, because she was in kindergarten last year, so she's in first grade now. I forget what her sister... No, I remember her sister's name. She had a name from Twilight. I remember her. And she was walking with a different adult at a different part of the same store. She's like, oh, she's from blank blank school. That's cute. I was famous. Okay, bye. Stay safe, be kind, and don't forget, wash your hands.